Bye, Mr. Suckers. See you in a little bit. It's my dirt. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms, with the first video from the 40. That's right. We, what are we, like 30 seconds into this thing? On Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. W, our friends, and I'm hoping you guys will get to see them here in a little bit. We still have to close. But on Sunday, now I know this is bad juju or whatever you want to say. Apparently it's time to start the truck. Siri starts my truck every morning. It's kind of cool. Anyway, that's how nerdy I am. On Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. W, our friends, the previous owners that built this house from the ground up, they told us that they were moving their stuff out and we were just making small chat. And we're friends, remember that. And Mobley is a company that offered to send us, and they did, 4 beds, one for each boy and then one for Ray and I, and a couple of other cool things too that we'll have to show you. We're going to get to that. We're going to, stay with me. It's the beds in a box that you have to set up like 24 hours before you can sleep in them, okay? They sent us those. So Ray asked Mrs. W about halfway through the day, hey, is there any way we could get in there tonight if you guys are going to be out and set up our beds so they can inflate? And Mrs. W was like, well, of course. I mean, we'll be out this evening. I'm sorry, what? So they gave us permission to come over when they were done. And we actually came over a little bit early and hung out with them and met some more of their family. And this has been such a blessing. And what's crazy is Saturday was the 3rd, which was 90 days from the fire. And Sunday, we had the keys, the 91st day. So I came out here and stayed until almost 2 o'clock in the morning Sunday night, 2:30, and I just couldn't get over it. And I was just looking around at the many blessings and trying to count them, and I'm still counting. Then yesterday, Monday, the boys and I and Ray, we moved in. So I want to wait a little bit for Ray to show you the actual, like, inside the house. But yeah, check out my, hang on, let's measure this. Mr. W might watch this and tell me, no, dude, that's 18 or 17 or 20 or whatever. But this is the official Ralph Doss, Grandpa Doss Farms. This is the official Doss Farms measurement. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Does that look like 14? Hang on. This is even better. My wingspan's about 6'4". Uno, dos, tres. I think it's 20 feet with a 16 foot, like the whole thing. I think these are 20 footers, right? But the whole thing is covered 16 feet by 40 feet, 16 by 40 lean-to. And he's got like creek rock in it. So it's gonna stay, it's nice, it compacts down. And I gotta hurry because Jeremiah is working on the fence up front, which if you guys have not followed him on Facebook or whatever, I'm gonna link him down below. Go tell that man thank you, and his crew. Even his lovely better half came out yesterday and painted the steel for us, which just preserves it, you know, that much longer. So here's the garage. This is the back of the garage. That's a man door, or that's what I refer to it as, a man door. This is a 9-foot garage door, which is awesome. And I don't know that we'll pour anything here. I mean, you can hop right in or out of it with a tractor or even a truck or a four-wheeler. But someday we might build that up, or at least kind of box in something and have some base rock put right there. But we'll see. no hurry, no rush. It's the back of the house. Trust me, Ray wants to show you guys the outside and talk about the cool things, but she doesn't want to do it while it's cold. So I'm not taking any thunder away right here. So, and by the way, he left me, he had a sawmill, and I think you saw in a couple videos ago, they took down this huge tree, and this is all the bark from it. Or like the cuttings that are semicircle, so you can't really use them. How cool is that? We could like make a doghouse or something. And members have actually seen, remember went over the channel, I think members have actually seen the coop by now. But yeah, I think we can definitely use those to build something. So this is how crazy. I have not even walked this far into the backyard yet. That's how, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this instead of Chad being emotional. Look at it. Just look at it, man. It's got what looks like a 24 by 4 foot pool. I don't know, that's Ray's baby. Because in the well house, and I might need some help, and yes, we've got the metal to finish the trim, but the pool is Ray's baby because in there is about a $10,000-$12,000 Culligan filtration system. I don't know nothing about doing that. Now, Mr. W, our friends, people we bought the house from, dude could give me a tutorial in his sleep. Knows it frontwards and backwards. Somebody actually comes out and services it like once a month under warranty, or maybe it's every 6 months, but would pay for the warranty monthly or something like that. The pool is Ray's baby. How cool is that? Yes, we'll put a railing up. It's okay. Remember, their kids were older. Our kids are younger, so we will put a railing up. Just look at it. So it's 60 by 40. 60 by 40. And is the garage in that? Nope, the garage is 38 by 40. So 38 from here to here, making the entire thing 98 feet. Or if you want to add the 20 over there, 118. Listen, Ray bought one of them Keurig things, and I don't get it, dude. There's like hot water in it all the time. I haven't had my coffee. There's like hot water in it all the time. But then you like press a button and it makes 1 cup. Well, what if I want 2 cups? What if I want to fill up my Brewmate 30-ounce cup or whatever? Yeah, here's the side of the house. Pretty cool. Let me show you this deck real quick. Golly, look at that. Had to pause. Wow. Whew. Got 2 HVAC heat bump thingies. I don't know, my mom or my cousin can tell you all about them. My cousin's husband, Luke, he's the HVAC man. I may get him out here to look at those. And they run great. They're only 4 years old. 5 years. Nope. Hang on. 6 years old. But yeah. So this is where he parked his side-by-side, which is kind of cool. Instead of just finishing the deck, he left this open and he just parked his side-by-side in here. So what Ray and I were talking about was the ledger boards are already hung. So we were talking about finishing the deck to right here and then leaving this for the side-by-side or four-wheeler. You know, obviously they're not undercover. It's not like they're in the garage, but instead of like, you know, getting up in the morning, getting the side-by-side out, driving around doing chores, pulling back in the garage, and then you got to go check on an animal and you get back out of the garage, you got this. So much room for activities. Goodness. Yep, that's all on Ray. Not a pool guy, not a big swimmer. Actually swim like a rock, straight to the bottom. My goodness. Goodness. So they cleared a bunch of trees out in order to just keep things at bay and clean and stuff like around the house. And our chicken coop is coming tomorrow. And I may put it right there for now because I can keep an eye on it right from the window. Coop we will be able to move, so we're really excited about that, like as in move, like there's no run attached to it. We're going to use like a dog kennel on the front of it to keep Cowboy and the girls pinned up for a little bit. I'm talking fast, I know, but there's a lot to go over. Stay with us. I brought up the chicken coop to tell you there's an 8-foot black snake in here, apparently. So I've only been in here one time. Straight up, dude, if I see that guy, I'm gone. I don't like this. 8 feet, man. 8 feet, black snake. 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot. Don't move. What's making noise? Okay. Whew. So this was his project that we all have on our farm, where he didn't quite finish everything except the necessities. So we got this massive water system. I believe that's is that a filter or pressure tank? No, those are filters. No, wait a second. That's a filter. I have no idea what anything else does. So that's where we're at. He did put a new pressure valve on it because it actually went bad in the last freeze that we had. And again, don't worry about the space heaters and the this and that. I am well aware. Remember, I had a front row seat. So it'll be okay. The creek is yonder. But look at the front of the house here. Now disregard the trash, okay? We literally, everything's brand new. And we just threw it in a trailer, brought it over, and threw the trash back outside because we didn't want the trash in our house. Actually, half the stuff we unboxed on the porch and took it in, so the trash was never in the house. Woo, baby. So pretty. But look at this beautiful porch. Woo! Teaver. So yeah, there's a bunch of trash. There's a bunch of trash. Now this was theirs. I volunteered to get rid of it just because I have a livestock trailer up there where Jeremiah's building a fence. And I can just toss it all in there or burn it for that matter. I did bring the 4-wheeler. It's been on the charger all night. I don't think it's ready yet. I'll link this down below. I love these little things. Now, the NOCO one, you have to know what type of battery you're charging. Like, is it AMG? Is it just a 12 volt? Is it lead acid or acid lead? I have no idea. But anyway, Google Pants told me what that battery was. So I selected the right one. It's been charging all night. Now, yesterday, it wouldn't even click. Wait a second. Wait a second. The choke. Man, we haven't had to choke this thing in a long time. Oh, hang on. Oh, wait. Nah. That's all right. She's got fuel, but clearly she needs a little bit longer. That's okay. Anyway, these are like 20, 30 bucks. Oh, that's my favorite camera brand, ReoLink. I like it. It's currently telling me there's somebody in the garage. So it's probably safe to say now, but Mr. and Mrs. W, they own the local lumber yard in the town near us. Oh, I thought that was a snake. I peed a little. Look at that. Look at it. It's a welcome home sign from the previous owners that was hanging on the fireplace metal and all balled up. Oh my goodness. But yeah, they've got the 60. How big is this? Is that a 60 amp service? I know I'm gonna get a blank for that. Rah. There we go. But anyway, the whole garage is on its own because obviously running a home run this many times would be really annoying because the breaker box is all the way on the other end of the house. Where the pole is, so that's totally normal. Hey, is that grease? No. I need some lithium grease or some white grease for the doors. Check this out. These breakers are on, or these outlets are on 3 different breakers. And this is all like workstation area. Isn't that super cool? And he built all this. So like everything is built how it's supposed to be. And if I didn't show this, you guys would really lose your minds because I showed it or I panned across the room a second ago, but this is our 8x4 storm shelter, but it's also a panic room. So like heaven forbid, Case was here by himself. He knows how to pew, but I don't need him. If he can just assess that someone is trying to get in, he can come in here and hide versus going to the threat like moi, okay? And trust me, moi would. I've been waiting my whole life for moi to find out. A few of them have, but that was a different time. That was a different Chad 20 years ago. Anyway, now I'm too old to fight, too fat to run. That's why I own a... I need to, or I want to, bless Carter's heart. Carter wants to play basketball in here so bad. And currently he shoots on an 8-foot goal when there's one outside. But I think I'm going to get some LEDs instead of these fluorescents. Because if he were to bounce the ball really hard and hit those fluorescent bulbs, that would be very bad and very dangerous. And Mr. W put those up there because his kids were older and likely not as accident prone, right? It's not like Carter would do it on purpose. But I just noticed we have a... Sweet, he left that. I hope... never mind, disregard that. He didn't leave nothing. I'm gonna save the inside of the house for when Ray's here. Because this is my domain. This is my domain. So, anyway. Oh wait, I have to close the garage door. Is that 9? It is 9 foot. It can't be 10 because the ceiling's 10. I can reach 8 too. Does that look like I'm a foot away? Yeah. 9 foot doors. Anyway. Whoop. 9 foot door gives me just enough time to get out without having to duck. So yeah, that's how you get to the creek. This is how you get outside. And not that I'm gonna be super stinking worried about you guys seeing the gate, because eventually we're gonna have our gate we had built installed out here. Work. Work, work, work. There we go. Work, 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 work. How's that song go? I always hear it on Carter and Adler's iPads when they're watching something. Actually, they probably shouldn't be watching that. Never mind. So, yep, heading through the gate. Got me wanted down. But anyway, look, without getting out of the truck, let me show you something. So, if we were to put in the gate we currently have, it's 18 feet long, which means you have to have a 36-foot piece of concrete, like a pad for it to roll on left and right. But what Jeremiah, the guy that built it, and Isaiah, what they're going to do for us is cut the gate in half and then weld it back together, or weld the ends that they cut, make it pretty. And then what they'll do, it's got the D in the middle, like the gate. Think of the gate like this, but it's got a bottom, obviously. And it's not a family crest, but I think it's like the tree of life and the letter D or something. It's right smack in the middle. What they'll do is leave that attached to like the left, and then the other half will be like this. Boy, this is an awesome, I'm having to watch myself too. But the other half will be like a relief cut, right? So when this gate shuts, or when they shut together, it'll be like that. Probably gonna get me demonetized right there. That's my fence. That's a pin. That's a beautiful pin. I love that. I love it. Look at this, man. So pretty. And his lovely girlfriend, Haley, painted this yesterday. So see how it's kind of a matte black? That's the frost. It's not. It's gloss. And it's gorgeous. Oh, they even got me a chain on there. How cool is that? Hot dog. 40 feet, which is enough for me to pull in and get out of the road, open the gate. And then this is actually going to, I think it's right here. There's a side-by-side trail that Mr. W, the previous owners, cut. And that trail, we can actually, like, I'm gonna be able to drive up here and get to the back of the house, like from here. Like I can access it here, or I can come this way, load cows, and pull out on the road. It's been a few hours. We actually just signed our documents. Man, did you guys see that? There's a wild, it's a wild animal. No, it's not. It's a Cabela animal. What do you think, lady? You come? So I left you when Jeremiah was pulling up, because when he got here, he was ready to roll. He needed to show me a few things. So then we went and signed our papers. Man, what an experience. But this is officially ours, and nobody can take it. Say something funny, Dave. Are you tired of that yet? Looks good, man. Cabela's following me. This is the very back of the property. Just back here ripping and roaring. Let's see if we can track him down. But remember, we came 400 feet for our first pasture. 450 by 800. So this will be 800. We're gonna stay up here so we don't get hit with anything. I think he said there's like 30 some teeth on that thing. They're like $200 a tooth, which $200 a tooth is less than I paid for Case Allen's braces. So there's that. I'd get you a better shot, but I'm not trying to take one off the old noggin. You can see this is the path for our fence line. So he knows left or right of these trees what's got to be clear. And it might look like it curves, but I'm actually sitting to the right of the line a little bit. Here we go, here's a good one. I need to close the video out and Ray's not here. Can I film like this right here? Yeah. And crop it?
You can film the whole entire room.
Uncle Matt, all your girlfriends are gonna see you.
That's fine. All my girlfriends, all of them.
Yep.
Woo, get the computer back together.
Dave and Steve and Bill and... Stop it!
Those are the chickens' names. That's what I call them anyway.
I thought you called him like number 8.
Oh, dude. I call them wrong all the time. Dad's always correcting me.
Is there anything you want to say on camera you can't say over there on Dad's channel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Uncle Matt. Yep, you're right. You can't say that here either. It's nice talking to Uncle Matt.
Sorry.
Say about her. All right. Let's step out here. There's a lot going on in there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a day. So let's do this. It has been an amazing day. It's been an amazing 90 days. I gotta be honest, like Ray posted something on Facebook earlier and she's right. The last 90 days have just been a blur. Like I can't even wrap my head around it. I have no sense of time for the last 90 days. I don't know where they went. Now we did enjoy Christmas. We had an amazing Christmas. We've basically had a second Christmas that won't be on video for obvious reasons, okay? We've got to keep some family, especially when it comes to the little boys. But we basically had a second Christmas and we've ordered them like Minecraft lamps, you know, or just stuff, man. Just making sure that they know that everything's okay. And I know you're like, well, you're stuffed. Listen, in the last 90 days, in 3 months, at 12 videos a month at least, that's 36 videos that my boys can watch, and they can witness their dad and stepdad get over stuff. So, just going to leave it at that. But Ray is at the rental house cleaning up a little bit, and Uncle Matt and Case are putting a desk together for Case's computer. Don't know if there'll be a video on that or not, but Case will have a video coming. Ray's going to start filming again, so that's super cool. She's actually very excited to do that. Adler and Carter are inside playing their Xboxes. You guys hear that? Me neither. Golly. Mark and Mandy, Mr. and Mrs. W, Mark and Mandy. You took a family that you knew had been through something, and you were part of the blessing. You were part of God's blessing. As I stand right here. There's that wild animal again. What do you say, dog? What do you say? Man, how about this? You go your whole life in the city on a quarter acre and some chickens, and your dad decides to start a YouTube channel. Me, I'm your dad. Decides to start a YouTube channel. We move from the quarter acre, we lease 5 acres. We go from 5 acres to 20 acres and 20 acres to 40 acres. And that's where you're going to spend your days. How cool is that, Cabela? What a blessing. Oh, hey, the dogs got thirsty. Check this out. That's a brand new, looks like you need more. That's a brand new Tupperware dish. Because they got thirsty, Ray's bringing us some bowls. And Ray put a brand new Tupperware dish out. If I brought a brand new Tupperware dish out here, whoo, no way. But that one, Ray made that call. I'm good with that. Anyway, Mark and Mandy. Goodness. What to say? I don't know that I can. I got to wait on Ray. So there's going to be a video. There's going to be another series of videos. It's kind of like when the fire happened and we had about 10, 12 videos. And it's going to be a little bit before we can take all this in. I laid in bed last night, happily wide awake, and just looked around and just, there is not a single thing I would change about this house. And I'm telling Mark and Mandy that directly. I wouldn't. I've never built one, so it's easy for me to say. Mark's the craftsman, so he might be like, yeah, I'd have done this different next time. But they are building their next home. And from what I understand, right now, let's say this thing is like 70% home and 30% garage. Mark and Mandy are going to go build and flip it. It's going to be like, well, if Mark gets his way, it'll be like 90-10, but it's probably going to be more like 70-30. But, man, what a blessing. And to someone who helped facilitate this, even though it's her career, Jessica, our realtor, I've always appreciated, because I've been self-employed for 12, 13 years. It was never just my career. It was an experience for the people I was working with when I was in IT, and I never left a message or a text or anything unattended, and Jessica did the same, and that's very difficult to do, especially representing both buyer and seller. And of course, she's got our land listed now too, so prayers. We don't have any beat, not a single offer, but that's kind of typical this time of year. I'm not worried about that at all. How about this, man? Jeremiah, another shout out. So thanks, Jessica. I sincerely appreciate it. Jeremiah, everybody that he's bringing out here, Isaiah, Dave, all of them, man, just hard workers, real hard workers. I can't thank them enough. But in the end, God made all this come together. And I've told you guys already in a video, I couldn't figure out for about 60 days why that thing burned down. for the life of me. I know what caused it physically. We've been through some stuff that others have gone through, and it's not that my situation is any different than anyone else's that's ever been through this. Mine's just on a public platform. But I do believe that God put us through that because I've been through a lot in life, a whole lot. And I know that God's been there through those experiences, so I knew that this would be okay. So I truly believe that that cabin burned, at least in the Almighty's plan. You know, I'd ask him about this in heaven, but there's no worries in heaven, so I won't be concerned with it. Amen. But I truly believe that house burned so that I think we're up around 14 million views in the last 90 days. 14 million people heard me reference this over the last 90 days. Just some guy that wears the same black t-shirts and the same 3 pairs of jeans every day, man. Just some guy. I'm not just some guy to Jesus. Neither is anyone in that house, neither is anyone that I mentioned, and neither is anyone that sees this. Don't ever forget that. There's something I can't even talk about that Mark and Mandy did for us right at closing, so I'll wait to share that when Ray's here. So from the farm for the first time, many of you called me out for not saying deuces in the last video. We weren't living here in the last video. So for the first time from this farm, y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Amen. Deuces.